this is a tutorial on how to save data into the user in HTML to the server, or as you can see, send and save data from HTML page to server. Okay, so in this video we'll send data from HTML page to localhost web server. The web server will save the data as a text file, and you'll just be making 2 files in this tutorial. So in case you don't want to go along with me, you can just go ahead and just download these files right away. The links in the description. A web page to send data, that's the HTML page, and a server-side PHP script to save the data to the disk, whichever disk the local server is on. And the 2 pieces of software that you need is a web browser. Obviously you have it, and that's how you're watching the YouTube video, and a server installation in your localhost, so that we can send data to this localhost and local server, and it will save the data as a file in our disk. QN. So here's the schematic on how it's going to work. We have a web browser, and we'll be sending in a post request to the server, and the server is going to get that post request and process that post request and get us some variables and some data, and save that data as a file to the server side data storage, which in case here is our local hard disk, which can be something else in case of a remote server. QN. One thing to note is that I'll not explain how to set up a local web server in your computer, because that's a long tutorial all by itself. I'll be using map on Windows machine, so XAMPP will work too if you know how to make it work. Start your server up and create a new file in the server directory called index.html. So I need to change it, and open this up with your favorite code editor. Open it with your favorite code editor. If you are a beginner and don't have a code editor, I suggest you download Notepad++ because it's lightweight, and I think it's the least buggy editor in Windows. That's totally my opinion though. If you know a code editor that is really lightweight and also is great for coding, please mention that in that editor in the comments, so others might find it useful. If you do not know HTML, I suggest you visit W3 Schools and visit the HTML page and just go through all the examples and the references if possible. Just open this up in Notepad++, and these were actually the files that I made. We'll just code them right from the start, no problems. So we'll start with an HTML tag. I'm not using a doc type because I need to. This is just a demonstration. Don't use these files for real code use. I don't want you to do that because these are just for demonstration. These are HTML tags, and these are head tags. You know, you put in the title and all that kind of stuff in there, and the body tags are for the content you want to show in the actual web page. So that's that. Is the body. We'll just add in a form tag inside here. Just adding a form. It has a method of post. It has an action /submit /submit the PHP. the method tells you how the data should be sent to the file, to the server-side file. An action, in the action you just write down the server-side file you want to send this data to. So we just want to send this data to a file file called submit.php in the same directory. So we can write slash submit.php, or even submit.php will do. Just submit.php will do, as it is in the same directory. Okay, the form, and we need some input tags in there, the text inputs. I'll just add in name. We need the name tag, we need the name attribute, because that's how data gets sent to the server-side file. When this gets sent to the server-side, they get sent as a key value pair, and this one is the key, and the value is whatever you put in here, put in the HTML, the user, whatever the user puts in the HTML text field. So this will be of type text, and just add in name and age, and this will be a text too, no problem. We'll go with input again to submit. This is a type of submit. So this is submit button on submit form, and that's it. That's about it. Let's just look at it. The localhost. Okay. Okay, we can differentiate between name and age. Let's just add in placeholders. We'll see what happens. Name. It's funny here that this one says name is equal to name, but don't get confused. Name here means the key in the key value pair of the data you're going to send. Okay, and name here is the key. Placeholder is equals to age. Got that. I got that. If I refresh, you can see the name and age. Okay, so we'll put in RJ and add in 26. Hit submit. Say not found, requested URL / submit.php was not found on the server, because we don't have a submit.php. As you might have guessed, we don't have it. We'll just make it right now. I will just create a new PHP file, submit.php. Is it small s or capital S? It is small s, no problem. Okay. Open this up in Notepad 2, Notepad++ 2, and we'll start with a PHP tag. And we'll close this PHP tag right here. And I hope you're coding along. So let's create a new variable, data file. This will store the file handle, and we do fopen. New file. I'll just open a new file, text.txt, a write mode. So what actually happens is it tries to open text.txt in write mode. If it does not exist, it will just create a new file called text.txt. Confusing. Okay, let's say example.txt. I mean, it's really hard to even say that. Text.txt, example.txt. So the data file, if open example.txt with write mode, W is for write mode, and you can add in here read mode, append mode, and all kind of stuff. You can just Google types of modes, file opening modes if you want to. we'll just add the comment. Opens a new file to write. We'll have 3 more variables. That's one of them is name. We'll hold the name. Get this name from the post request. One thing you have to observe here is I'm dropping a lot of code here. I'm dropping a lot of error handling, and I'm just not even looking for if this is a post request or if the file exists or if there was an issue. I'm not even doing a die. You have to do that in case you are on a proper web server. I mean the remote web server for the real world work case. As this is just a tutorial, I'm just showing it. So $$underscore post gives you access to post parameters. As this is a post request, these are considered as the post parameters. So you can just say $_post name, $_post age to access these parameters in the backend. Let's say name. Let's say name. Can set the age. We can do that. Say name and age, and what's next? Let's append them together. Let's concatenate them together to also name. This is the concatenation operator right here that will add 2 strings together. Concatenate 2 strings together. I should say add age. Now what we'll do, we'll just write this $sign text underscore $2_right to this file handle by using f, right? And the first argument we need to pass in is data file. That is the data handle, the file handle we created here, and the file handle is just giving us useful information. Resource handle, and then you need to give it string, and most probably you don't need to do that. That's an optional parameter. So we can do string and just send in string. That is, we'll just send in text to right. Okay, that's it. That's all you need to do. One thing to observe, close it. Don't forget to close the file handle. As soon as you're done with it, so data file. Very easy. All you need to do that is that. Okay. So understand the comment. Right. That. So file. Okay. So let's see if this thing works. Let's go to localhost and let's give it a name. And let's 26. One thing to observe that okay, it will not show you anything. We go to example because we have not set it up to show anything else. Example.txt. You'll be able to see this thing. I just accomplished it in just one try. I didn't even try it before. I didn't record it twice, just one time. Okay. One more thing to understand is that if you go ahead and just do it once again with 28, you go for example txt. Say the previous thing we had is just vanished. It does not exist anymore. The example.txt is created in the server folder, as you can see it here. And there's just there's just this thing. The previous one is totally gone. So if you want to keep the previous one, you can do append here and keep adding to the file and not rewriting the whole file again and again. So that's it for the tutorial, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I just wanted to make up from my previous tutorial that looks stupid, and thanks a lot for watching. That's just like and subscribe if you like the tutorial, and have a great day.